Welcome to South Haven Business Beat. Business and community leaders talk with us to provide invaluable resources to aid the business community.
South Haven Business Beat is sponsored by Wisdom Integrators.
Hey business owners, when's the last time your tech actually worked for you? At Wisdom Integrators in South Haven, we help businesses like yours run smoother, look sharper, and reach farther. From dependable IT support and secure networks to custom websites that convert, and video systems that actually work when you need them. No cookie cutter fixes, no long waits, just smart, reliable solutions that grow with your business. Whether you're launching, scaling, or just tired of doing it all yourself, Wisdom Integrators is your behind-the-scenes tech partner so you can focus on running your business, not chasing down IT problems. Call 901-625-0900 or visit wisdomintegrators.com to schedule a free consult today. Wisdom Integrators. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom.
And now here's your host, Robbie Yates.
Hi, thank you for tuning in and listening to another episode of South Haven Business Beats. And today we have two exceptional guests with us. We have Melissa Kandel and Jason Weaver. They're with OrthoSouth. And we're going to dive in a lot about really, you're a spine neurosurgeon.
That's right.
Excellent. And then Melissa is the director of marketing. And they've been members with South Haven for a long time, and really just can't wait to dive in, learn more about you all and then what you have to offer for the community. So welcome to the show.
Thanks, Robbie.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I know that we talked a little bit before we got on air about how long you've been part of the Chamber of Commerce. How valuable is that to y'all to be a part of the Chamber of Commerce to give back to the community?
Well, Melissa's our face person for the chamber, so I'll let her answer that question.
Okay.
I would say, in my mind, the chamber is such a good point of access to reach the business community, to reach people who have great influence in their day-to-day businesses, and usually with an extended network of people that they know who are also influencers. So in my mind, we connect with people who we can talk to, who we can relate to, and share our information with. It just helps us get our message out to a greater number of people, to build relationships, to build opportunities, and to also help connect people with the solutions they're looking for, either on the medical side, but also just, you go to a chamber meeting and you may meet someone in this industry, someone over here who needs help, who could use that solution, and then you're able to make those connections. So it just benefits us in a number of ways, professionally, personally, on the business side.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I love that. And then where exactly are y'all located in South Haven?
Right across the street from Baptist DeSoto Hospital. We've got a small clinic and surgery center tucked right in that medical complex there. Okay.
And on the surgery side, I'm just fascinated about spine neurosurgery. What was the prompt to get into that, and how does that benefit people when they go in to see you?
The prompt to get into any visit with OrthoSouth can be a myriad of complaints. We're an orthopedic practice, and then we also have the neurosurgical side of things that address the spine aspects. And we have 2 neurosurgeons and 6 orthopedic spine surgeons. So any complaint, neck, low back, mid back, and then the neurologic symptoms that come along with that: arm pain, radiating leg pain, numbness, tingling, weakness. We're a very comprehensive spine provider. We focus on the non-operative as well as the operative. So don't be afraid just because there's a surgeon in our name.
Yeah, I was wondering exactly. Imagine somebody that kind of be a little apprehensive. I feel like y'all at least would go in there and then assess the patient at first and make sure that, hey, there's no need for surgery. There's other avenues around that.
And that's 80% of what we do. And happy to do it. I think on the flip side, people are somewhat apprehensive. Like, am I going to waste a surgeon's time if I don't have a surgical problem? But that's 80% of what we do, is try to manage people conservatively and keep them out of the operating room. Now we have the tools at our disposal should it get to that point, and we can talk about kind of the other things that come before surgery in a lot of cases. And but our goal is to manage people with the least invasive techniques and you only use the most invasive things if we absolutely have to.
Yeah. Yeah, I respect that. You're not just going in, hey, let's just go ahead and surgery, let's fix it. You're finding out kind of the root cause, I feel like, before you end up at the last, like maybe like the last measure possibly for the surgery.
Absolutely. I tell people that all the time. We've got to start with the right diagnosis. So sometimes people come in with a very specific diagnosis and we can go right to fixing that. But the vast majority of the cases, we're going to order testing, whether it be a new MRI, x-rays, et cetera, and try to pinpoint that diagnosis. And only then can we be effective on the treatment.
Yeah, absolutely. And I have a lot of respect for that. So I feel like with the spine, obviously there's so many things that branch off from that, and it controls so much all the way from the brain all the way down. So how would you, if somebody, when should they, come in and see you all? Do they wait? Some people feel like they might wait too long and then a chronic illness, or they just, when is the right time to see you all? I don't know if there is a right time.
Yeah, it's different for everybody. Yeah. And I'll just fall back on what we said earlier: neck pain, low back pain. And then the concerning things from a spine perspective would be numbness, tingling, weakness in a limb. Those things need to be worked up relatively urgent. But I would encourage people not to sit on things and be miserable. We're not eager to just jump in there and cut. We want to get people back on the right path and get them back to the activities that they want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. And Melissa, for you on the marketing side, I know you do a lot within the community and try to get other involvement. How does it benefit for other businesses to be a part of and help ortho?
Yeah, well, so I will say we recently had an opportunity to provide some wellness education for a local bank who has a wellness program. So we had a webinar just for their employees where one of our surgeons was speaking directly to their employees and providing good education. We love to put on patient or community-facing education. We have in the YMCA in Bartlett, Tennessee, actually, coming up, we have a spine clinic where one of our other surgeons, Dr. Eager, will be speaking with YMCA members about back pain and how to manage it effectively, when to go in and be seen. So we like to kind of blend in to take this education and this information out into the community wherever we can, whether it's, talking directly to employees somewhere or reaching out to any number of patients, wherever we find people who have back pain or neck pain, and really that's all of us at some point, it seems. Yeah. So it's a very relevant issue that we try to come out there with.
Yeah, absolutely. I like that as well. You're not waiting for everybody to come to you. It's kind of, hey, let's go out there, service the community, and take care of them. And then people have those answers, but they're not sure what to do. So y'all are going to them and help provide the answers for them. Yeah, I like that. So how else are y'all benefiting from that? Or are you seeing benefit from going out and into the community?
Well, it's great. When you're out in the community actively putting good out, then I always feel like you get some sort of good in return. It's enriching. But you also, you learn where the pain points are for the people you're serving. And so anytime we go out and talk to people who may experience some orthopedic or spine condition, we're learning exactly, what their lifestyle is like, what are the barriers that keep people from taking that step to go in and get some treatment and find out what's going on. And then that helps us provide a better service. Sometimes it comes in terms of access. Like, maybe the pain point is, I have a full-time job and 2 kids, and I don't have time during my very busy week to go in and see a specialist. So then we talk about providing Saturday hours, which our South Haven clinic does provide from 8 to noon on Saturdays. Sometimes it's a matter of, I would be a self-pay patient, and when I go through this issue, I have lots of questions. It just seems like it's going to be entirely impossible to get in there. Well, we offer bundled self-pay options. So it's a number of those different answers that we're able to provide once we know what the questions are in the community.
Yeah, I like that. I like how you're always engaged. It's either in the clinic, and outside as well. I love that. And then so for Jason, what are like a couple of categories for like back and neck pain, if some treatment is somebody, at least a couple of categories of the main things that you're seeing and the reason why people are coming in?
Yeah, I'll answer that, but I want to provide a little bit of an extra into what
absolutely.
Melissa just said, because I think it's tying into really well what our mission statement is. Yeah. And we have this on our walls at our clinic. Our goal is to be the best orthopedic practice and spine practice based on the patient experience, not based on how many research articles we've written or how many books we published. That stuff matters and it's important, and we do that. But the primary focus is on that patient, and that's from everything with the front door encounter, the initial calling and requesting for an appointment, and breaking down some of those barriers that Melissa answered, all the way through having the best possible outcome with any surgical intervention, for example. So that patient experience is what we want to focus on.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we'll take a brief pause and we'll take a word from our sponsor, and then we come back, we'll dive into those couple of categories that you're seeing for the neck and back pain and possible some treatments. Yeah.
Make your next event unforgettable with the Follow app. Connect instantly, stay organized, and never miss an opportunity. Ditch the business cards. Go digital with the Follow app. Network effectively, exchange contacts seamlessly, and grow your business. The Follow app, transforming the way professionals connect at events.
Every brand has a story. Let us help you tell yours. At Pure Focus Media, we specialize in professional video production, photography, and drone footage that elevates your message and captures attention. From real estate to events, we deliver content that connects. Visit www.purefocus.media to schedule your next shoot. Pure Focus Media, where your vision comes into focus.
Now back to South Haven Business Beat and host Robbie Yates.
And welcome back to the episode as well. And I know prior to, we were talking about, I know you did a great job of the mission statement, but we were also talking about a couple of categories for like a neck and back pain, as well as some treatments or the reasons why the main reasons you're seeing people coming in. You mind kind of touching on that, what that could be?
Yeah, so low back pain is actually the most common reason a patient will go seek any care, primary care physician related. At some point in somebody's life, 80% of us are going to have an episode of low back pain. Yeah. So it's a very common problem. Again, like we talked about earlier, most of the things that I see are patients that have started to have, in addition to a neck or back pain, kind of along the axial aspect of the spine or midline spine, would be radiating pain into an extremity, an arm or a leg. And that's a symptom that kind of triggers in the back of our mind that there's nerve compression. And that's the primary complaint that we deal with from a neck or back perspective, and why we go on to order an MRI and try to pinpoint that cause. And then you asked about treatment modalities, and it could range from anywhere to simple anti-inflammatory use, which is very effective, to physical therapy, also effective, to nerve injections. People have heard of epidural steroid injections or nerve blocks. It's the same thing. Those can be very effective for that radiating pain into the extremities. And then if those things fail, we might consider surgery. Yeah.
I feel like that's incredible. You'll have so many different avenues, and for that, like you said before, it's not just, hey, how fast can we get in there and cut in on somebody? I feel like a lot of people that I've heard and talked with before in the past with other, back pain related issues, they go, I got a bulging disc. And then people that have that, how long does that, can somebody continue on with that? Or if they know they have that, should they come in right away? Or how does that look?
Yeah, I'd say come in. Let's get the ball rolling on treatment. Our first line in that, given there's no major neurologic issue like a weakness or a foot drop, for example, we're going to try to treat people conservatively and use the things that I just talked about. And only when those things fail will we go on to bigger things.
Yeah, I think the key there for me, what I heard is a conservative approach, because I feel like some people might be scared because they think about a doctor, I got to go in, and I feel like we get worked up when we go, especially when some people, I know my mom's guilty of it. She'll go WebMD and she'll just go down a rabbit hole, and I'm like, you need to stop. Just go in and find out what's going on. So I like that conservative approach.
And that's the beauty of having the Spine Institute that we've formed. we've got 8 spine surgeons, 4 pain management physicians, and a number of extenders that dovetail off of all of those specialties. So not only do we have all the tools at our disposal under one roof, but across several locations in the whole metro area.
Yeah.
Our providers can provide all of those services, physical therapy included. And then another benefit is we've got the orthopedic side and the neurosurgical side, which have been allowed us to blend all the aspects of spine surgery under one umbrella as well.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, wow. That's incredible. And then for all that you all have to do and to offer, and Melissa, I feel like there's more than just one OrthoSouth. I know that some people listen to this and they realize it's not just South Haven. How many other locations do you have that might be more accessible to somebody that's not in South Haven?
Sure, we have 8 locations as far as clinics go, and 10 physical therapy locations, 2 surgery centers. So we're heavily located in North Mississippi and in West Tennessee. And importantly, going back to something that Dr. Weaver said about the Spine Institute, all of those surgeons and spine providers actually communicate on the regular with each other. So under our big multiple location roof, these guys are talking regularly about what the latest things are, what kind of treatments and situations they're seeing. And I think that extra layer of communication among specialists really provides patients this really good avenue to be seen as a whole person.
Yeah.
And so they don't get stuck in any one treatment path necessarily. There's always going to be some conversation they know is happening in the background amongst their physicians to make sure that we're offering the best that we can at the best time and the best place to meet everybody's needs.
Yeah. Wow, I love that. So you get the conservative aspect, but also the collaborative aspect of it as well. It's not just me going in and seeing you, but you're also talking to other people like, hey, what's the best needs we can do to service Robbie? So I got a lot of respect for that.
We do. And the vast majority are cases that are fairly straightforward for a lot of us, but we get those complicated cases that we need to, we collaborate, we meet monthly and have case conferences, and all of our providers are there, spine surgeons and our physical therapists and our pain management physicians say, hey, what would you do with this case? And we've got several opinions. And so it's nice to bounce the ideas off of each other like that.
Yeah, I like that. And I know before you mentioned about sometimes we can do some anti-inflammatory, maybe not physical therapy. How do you know when that moment is when you assess somebody? I know you have a lot more experience than like the average Joe. So how do you know?
It's a great question. To me, it's pretty specific. It's pretty easy. It's all based on what the patient's experiencing.
Okay.
And I tell people all the time, like, my goal is to get you back to doing the things that you want to do. And is it living with this little bit of discomfort so that we avoid this big surgery over here?
Yep.
But I want to get you back to full capacity doing what you want to do. And when you feel like you're not able to meet those goals, we're going to go on to the next step, whether it be an injection, surgery, et cetera.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's incredible. And then so, and Melissa, I know that you do a lot. How often are you, I feel like I see you out more in the community than not. Are you ever actually in the office, or are you always constantly out in the community just finding ways to spread the word of OrthoSouth?
I love being out in the community and interacting with people so that I can bring good information back and work on it. But yes, quite often I'm also sitting in my office, boring office in the back, doing some like data analytics and that side of the marketing world. But we try to be out, whether it's myself being out at a chamber event or somebody else on our staff going out interacting. We have a lot of times members of the clinical team will come out with us. Because the last thing you want to do is try to ask me or someone in marketing about anything to do with, injections. So we try to partner with the clinical teams as much as possible.
Yeah. So how does that look for somebody listening to this? Like, you know what, I need to go ahead and get seen. So like, a conservative, approach and a collaborative approach. Kind of what does that look like for somebody first time going into the clinic? If you can kind of walk them through what that looks like when they're first there and, kind of an average visit for the first time?
Yeah, hopefully that experience that we're so focused on starts even before that first visit. And so orthosouth.org, our website, simple. I hope it's simple to set an appointment and get in with a provider that is convenient to the patient on a date and location. That's the benefit of being all over the metro area and having a lot of providers on the spine side. It ought to be as simple as, I've got 5 o'clock available on Wednesday. I can go pick from this menu and get set up to see that doctor at this location. Sure. Just simple online experience. Telephone's also available, but that online that we've set up should be very streamlined. Sure. And then expectations day of appointment. Again, the focus is going to be from the entire front desk to the doctor team is honing in on the right diagnosis. Because if we can't get the right diagnosis, we're not going to be effective on the treatment side. So a lot of patients come in with everything kind of prepackaged, and here's the diagnosis, and we're going to start talking about treatment. But the opposite is just as fine. We'll figure it out, and we'll take it step by step and get people where they need to be.
Okay, and what was that website again?
orthosouth.org.
Okay, and the phone number as well?
901-641-3000. We also take walk-in patients at most of our locations, all of our North Mississippi locations, except walk-ins.
Okay.
So there's no reason to wait.
Yeah. Is there a set time of the day for that, or is it just any time, or morning better?
No, it's pretty much the entire business day. I think they prefer to be done with walk-ins about 30 minutes before close, so it would be by 4:30.
Oh, wow. I like that open door policy. Excellent. Well, Melissa and Jason, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Incredible knowledge of what y'all doing, and thank you so much for what you're doing for the community as well.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you for listening to this episode of South Haven Business Beat. We would like to thank the following sponsor. Staying ahead in a world driven by technology is key. At Wisdom Integrators, we simplify tech solutions for your business. We specialize in customizing audio, video, and IT services tailored to your needs. At Wisdom Integrators, we don't just solve problems, we create opportunities. Wisdom Integrators, connecting your world, solving your problems. Would you like to be a sponsor of South Haven Business Beat? Please email us, info@southavenchamber.com. Be sure to share and subscribe for more business resources. Thanks for watching.